Caviar on Gatsby?
Of course they had caviar at Gatsby's
yeah.
house. Oh yeah, the Great Gatsby. That was the biggest party in the world. It's going to be one of the biggest movies of the summer, and I got to tell you, it is terrific. Let's take a look at it so you just sort of get a feel for the Great Gatsby.
Can't repeat the past.
Can't repeat the past.
Why, of course you can.
This movie rocks. I mean, it has great, great music. People are fighting over a way to try to find the soundtrack already. Directed by Baz Luhrmann, and he's the guy who did Moulin Rouge. He did Romeo and Juliet years ago when Leo was just a kid, and also Strictly Ballroom. And this guy knows how to direct the movie. He knows how to make the music work in it, and it is a lot of fun. Of course, Leo is always good. But I talked to Baz Luhrmann a little bit about making the movie, about it's a Fitzgerald book, and talked a little bit about the music too.
You speak about the soundtrack because everything in it, no matter what people say, came from, is inspired by Fitzgerald. You know, I obsessed about his life, and you know, he would say, look, I want to make something, he said, I want to make something new, extraordinary, beautiful, simple, and intricately patterned. And he said, like he did things like he took African-American street music called jazz, which everyone said was a fad, and he put it in the book.
It'll never last.
Yeah, it'll never last. And I grew up around 14,000, 78 records from the period. So I know that music and I love it, but it's revered. So I said, well, how can I make it feel like you're reading the book now? So where there's jazz, hip-hop, Jay-Z, awesome collaboration, but it doesn't stop there. I mean, Jack White this morning sent me pictures of, he's doing the vinyl album of the soundtrack. I mean, this book is the book that keeps on giving the opportunity to be creative for everyone.
A couple interesting facts. His wife is the lady responsible for how the movie looks and all the fashion. So he's married, and she won an Academy Award for Moulin Rouge. I won an Oscar for just the set decoration and the clothes and the style and all that kind of thing. So she gets a lot of the credit for that. And also, he grew up in Australia. His father owned a filling station, a gasoline station, and it was and owned a theater that was only open part-time. So that's where he sort of learned about the movies.
It's unbelievable, people's backgrounds and how where they come from in order to get there. That's crazy.
He's really an interesting guy. We're going to talk to Leo next week, but today I thought it might be fun to talk to the love interest in this. Her name is Carey Mulligan, and she's married to somebody else in the movie, and Leo's character loves her. Her real husband is a mean guy, and there's all this drama going on. So I talked to her a little bit about the character in the movie.
It's just a group, I mean, it really is a group of people who just need more and more and more and can't be sated. You know, whether that's money or whether that's sort of status or whether it's a commitment from a woman, you know, they just need more and it's just too much. It's just asking too much.
Speaking of beautiful little girls, is this like a little girl's dream to dress up and play in a movie like this?
It kind of is, yeah. I mean, I've never done a film like this. I've never done a big studio film like this, but I've also never done a film where I've kind of been, very girly. It's always been played quite sort of straight characters. So yeah, it really was. And the jewelry and the designs by Catherine Martin and Mrs. Prada were amazing.
I think she just got a haircut. I saw her on a red carpet somewhere, and her hair is about as long as yours right now.
Oh, she has to have more than this. Oh my gosh! No way, man. Boy, I read The Great Gatsby when I was in junior high school.
Yeah.
And I wish I could say I want to see how it compares to but I can't remember.
You can't remember what?
I remember reading it, but I don't remember all the details.
I remember my oldest son, I think he read it as a junior in high school, and Adam, my younger son, is a junior in high school, now says they have to read it for their next book that they have to read in school. And it's a terrific story. I mean, the whole thing about Gatsby is nobody knew where he came from. He's got all this money, but the only reason he has all this money and such was not because he wanted the money or he wanted the power. He wanted that richness to be able to lure this woman to him away from the other guy. So it's all
crazy
about,
what love will do, you know?
I'll tell you
or
what.
Money.
Don't get us started, right? So anyway, that opens a week from tomorrow, and we'll have more from Leo and everybody else in the movie. Tobey Maguire stars in it also, so that is terrific.